Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Hen, and we back at the Hands Den. Thank you for coming back to the Den for another episode. And today, tell the story. So now I'm on episode 2. Oh, then we're gonna get through with you on the slick dude on part 1 that did it. He's a powderhead right now, real bad, off on the bag. He moved down south. Whatever some people's up down south had to move back up here where he from. But he's a dope head now. Karma come back on you. Let me start the cough, y'all. Put some air on me right quick. See, karma come back on you. You just don't know how it's gonna come back. See, karma come back on you. It don't gotta come back on you. Come back on your kids. It's gonna come back on somebody in your family. Somebody. So that's why I be careful doing what I'm doing, or what I do, or how I do, because I don't need nothing coming back on me or my family. So I try to play right. I ain't no try, I play right. And I keep my mouth out people, because guess what? Stuff will come back on you, man. But yeah, he down bad. He's old powderhead. Vacuum cleaner, anything you got around. Huh? Nose like that. Effed up real bad. Came back on. So, let me tell you about the other story. What they got over here. What they thought they got. They did. Let me tell you. Remember the dude I told you that stayed on 5th Street? But he's involved on this number 2 story. Let's get to it. Okay, this happened in 2011, the next year. I'm still on the east side, I'm still on 6th Street. He's on 5th Street. Well, we got some white boys that they move in down the road. See, where I'm from up here, you got whites and blacks. You know, you got the white boys that act like they black, or they been in a black neighborhood all their life. They black. You know, them type. So I got them types straight down the road from me, but they junkies though. They own it. They own anything they can get their hand on it. They junkies though. But the dude on 5th Street, he run with the junkies. He run with them particular white boys down the road. So let me tell you, one day I went out of town where I'm from. The dude on 5th Street had a cousin stay right beside me. So where my house was on 6th Street, is some apartments right beside my house. So his first cousin stayed right there beside me. Basically what I'm saying, if you coming outside, you can watch my every move. You see what I'm saying? Because you can see where I go. You can see where I'm going to leave out. You know all that. I had cameras up. But check this out. I had my cameras on the inside of the house. You know, or whatever. Just move. I ain't had time. I mean, how can I say that? Just one thing, right? Should have had put them up. But, you know, I put them inside of the house or whatever. You know, I'm watching outside from inside of the house. Camera was on inside of the house or whatever. So, but I could see the road. I had them in my living room, but the one that was so big, you could put like 20 cameras. You know what I'm saying? Just a big living room with just one big old living room. I mean, one big old one in the living room. See what I'm saying? It's an old house. Having them big old, had like 5, 6 windows going across the front. But it's a whole window by one. So I could put my cameras up right there and watch who coming up and who ain't coming up. But anyway, I decided to go out of town that night. Another thing, y'all, you can't tell everybody where you're going. But the little dude that stayed beside me, he cool with me. I deal with him. He deal with me. So all I had, man, keep an eye on my house. But he a little slow. You know, he draw a check. He know what's going on. But, you know, the way he talking, how he really can't live on himself. You know, he had to stay with his mama. You know, but he get a check. But he still cool. So I tell him, hey, bro, you know, hold down the house. You know, keep your eye on me. You got my phone number. Call me. I bet him I got you. But he didn't call me. But look, though, you got some people still gonna chew their blood over right. Like I said, his cousin involved in this story was stayed on 5th Street. They cousin, so, you know, I guess he's gonna ride with a cousin. Then plus, like I said, his mind ain't all the way there. So anyway, I go out of town. I left on I left on that Friday and came back that Sunday morning. Now, by me leaving, I know how I had everything in the house. You know, I had all my door closed. You know, closet door, bathroom door, all the room door closed. I got everything put up. But I got the money and the stuff inside the house, but they ain't look in a particular spot to see where the money was at or where the gun was at or whatever. So, like I said, I got a time that Friday, came back in that Sunday morning. As I get closer and closer to my house, I started feeling a weird, just a gut feeling, like some weird. You know that feeling what you feel. And they say you feel something in your gut, 90% it gonna be right. As I'm getting closer to the house, I got that bad gut feeling, y'all. I'm like, man, what the hell? What's going on? Time I put in my drive, cause I had two doors. You got the front door and I got a side door. Front porch door and the kitchen door on the side. I got a carport right there by my kitchen door right there. Carport, porch, side door to the kitchen. You in the house. I put up on my carport. I see the door wide open. The kitchen door. Like I said, I'm pulling up. As I'm pulling up, I see the door wide open. Door wide open. I said, look at this. That ain't got me. I get out the car. The door open. I mean, what the sense of calling the police for? Hey, what I'm gonna call the police for? No, I didn't call the police. So I see the door open. I already know what it is. You see what I'm saying? They didn't hit me. They didn't went in the house while I wasn't here. Slick people's gonna do that. I'm gonna say it like this. Somebody that's a real robber or something like that, they gonna do it while you there, cause they gonna want to know where it is. That's what I would do. I want to know where it is. I ain't finna just come in your house. That's a whole nother story if I was like that. But I get out the car. Like I said, I gotta go through the side though. Bam, I'm right here. Door open. Kitchen, all the drawers in the kitchen open. I go to the living room. They got tables turned upside down. Lower seat tore up upside down. Couch, sofa, everything tore up. Bathroom tore up. Other 3 rooms. I got 3 rooms in that house, but I just got 1 room. The other 2 rooms, I got nothing in it. They going there. Like I said, the other 2 rooms empty. The bedroom when I'm in ain't really got nothing in it, no but 2 mattresses or whatever. I ain't really had no furniture because I'm there by myself and house. Anyway, so notice I said I had my cameras. They got my camera system, 4 cameras out there. I want to say a little 50-inch flat screen. Now they back in 2011 now. Camera, 50-inch flat screen. I want to say a PS1, PS2, and I want to say my 3. I had a PS3 that got that too. PS1, PS2, and a 3. And I had a little pop-up table. Y'all probably got one at y'all house, but like a little coffee table. It's pop up. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't know it'll pop up, you just think it's just an original, ordinary table. They popped that up. I said they had that turned upside down. Nothing in it. But here go the thing though. So that's an old house. Remember what I told you? That's an old house. So the front window in the living room got like 6, 7 windows. So number 1 is right there, right? But on the inside of the house, you could put a curtain, a long curtain going across that whole window. The block somebody won't look in there. Well, boy, that curtain, I can't describe it, but it's long enough where you could put anything up there, your gun, your money. You had to be a real criminal to look up there and say, you know what, let's look up there, it might be up there, good hiding spots. So I put in a good hiding spot. So they didn't get the money or the gun, but they got my TV, the money and gun right on top of them. Right up there by the window. If they could have got on a stool or could have got up there, but that would have been good. But I know they would have had a good night that night, but they didn't. So it's time for him to investigate. Not calling no police. So I get to looking around. I go right next door. I'm finna go ask somebody, did they see anything? Did you hear anything? I go to him and I almost called his name just then. I promise y'all. I go to him, I said, what's up, bro? Man, bro, I ain't in. I ain't got nothing to do with it. Like I told y'all, he a little slow a little bit. Off top, Man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I don't know what. I don't got nothing to do with it. I don't know. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, whoa, what you talking about, bro? I said, bro, what you talking about? He said, hey, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I said, well, since you saying it like that, come outside and sit beside me. So we sat down. He sitting beside me. We talking. I said, hey, bro, tell me. You got to know something. You seen something. He said, man, look, I know some white boy did it. I said, all right, cool. All right, cool. So I called this other dude that stayed on 5th Street. I said, yeah, man. I said, man, you know somebody broke in my house? What? Man, I'm finna come around there. So he go park in his cousin's house, you know, the apartment beside me. He go pull it over there. He walk back over to my house, acting all clueless, like he don't know what's going on and stuff. Man, what happened? Well, I said, your cousin right here just told me. I'm gonna call the name again. I said, your cousin right here just told me some white boy did. He said 3 white boys. Said 3 white boys pulled in my yard in a truck, bad. He said he heard a boom. I get it when they kick the door in on the side. That's what I'm saying. Heard a boom, kick the door in on the side. I said, well, why you didn't call me? He said, hey, man, man, my mama had my phone. I couldn't call you. I said, all right, cool. Or whatever. His cousin, the one that's on 5th Street, man, some told me to come around here, man. You see what I'm saying? Some told me to come around here, you know, just to chill with my cousin, you know, or whatever. Some told me to come around here. I said, man, yeah, I hear you. But I said, hey, I'm going to find out who did it. I guarantee you I'm going to find out. Guess what happened, y'all? 4 months passed by. Guess who doing double life in jail? The dude on 5th Street. See, come to find out, before he got locked up, a little birdie came toward me. Matter of fact, I was working at Bros at the same time too. This is a car dealership. Told you I used to work at a car dealership, mechanic, and car detail. So, it's a small world, y'all. The dude on 5th Street, his other cousin, came to Bros and started working in the back. I used to work in detail, but they moved me to mechanic. But he working in the back in detail. But he know me. I know him. But him and his cousin on 5th Street, they ain't seen eye to eye right now. He didn't help him out some money or whatever. So he tell me, he said, man, you know, then he said, man, you stay on 6th Street now. I said, yeah. He said, man, he said, I bought some cameras off a white boy and a TV and a PS3 with a whole bunch of games. I said, man, you know, that was mine, man. He said, hey, I didn't know, but he said, Saddam would, golly, I done called his name. Well, if I don't even kill. He said, well, he was in on it. I said, what? Yeah. Well, guess what? Karma come back on you. Now he got 2 life sentences. I don't think that boy getting out. You feel me? I'm just saying, whatever you do to somebody, it's gonna come back on you, good or bad. If you doing some dirt to somebody, that dirt gonna come back on you. If you doing good for somebody, good gonna come back on you. If you out here scamming, robbing, sneaky robbing, slick robbing, using somebody, how can you not think that ain't gonna come back on you? I mean, you gotta be crazy than a mother ever thinking no karma ain't gonna come back on you. If you could be talking about somebody, you don't think nobody ain't gonna be talking about you? You could be using somebody. What you think somebody gonna be using you? You could be beating a system. You don't think nobody gonna be trying to beat you? It got to come back around, y'all. Good or bad, it got to. Might take a little longer, but it ain't taking longer. It's coming right back. Come. No, slick mother effers. I like they there for you, they cool with you, but they really ain't. And they'll get you if they can. All you gotta do is slip up. You got by them slick mother effers, man. You hear me? And that just being real, y'all. Ain't no way around it. You gotta watch them, man. You gotta watch them. You know what I'm saying? I could tell you another story. I ain't gonna. Hey man, look, these some real hood stories, man. Like I said, I'm a new face up here. That was when I first moved up here. Oh, ain't nobody doing them games like that no more. This hen, ain't no hen. You know, but like I said, hey, that happened when I first moved up here. like I said, 2010 and 2011. You know, sometimes you got to put your foot down. Sometimes you got to let somebody in. I might be all cool, come and collect, but hey, the cool can go to hot real quick. I might be a cool nigga, but I can turn to a hot one real quick. That's the old hand. I'm not like that no more, y'all. I can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stuff what I gotta be here for. I gotta be out of jail for. I got a fam I gotta be here for. Most definitely, I gotta be here for myself. So now, how I use my head? By thinking. See, I gotta make my next move the best move. You gotta make your next move be the best move. You hear me? But watch out for these slick mother effers, man. And I appreciate you came to the den, alright? If I don't make another video today, I'm coming back tomorrow, alright? But y'all be safe out here, be easy, keep your head on the swivel, keep that thing on you, keep God in you, and hey, have you a wonderful day, wonderful lunch, and I hope y'all night be even better, alright? It's love. See y'all tomorrow, alright? Big.